the California-born crooner wowed a sellout aunce at the Royal Albert Hall for an outstanding evening of entertainment that will live long in the memory. Currently at the top of his game. Porter, 46, exhibited a 2-hour tour de force heavily focused on material from his latest album Nat King Cole and Me. The Maestro. Impressively supported by his backing band and the Vince Mendoza-led London Session Orchestra. Made the iconic venue his own with an evening of majestic swing, big band and jazz. London's West End has become somewhat of a second home of Porter in recent years. Having graced the Royal Albert Hall stage on numerous occasions. It's a far cry from the small aunces he performed to just 5 years ago. Since then he's played for the Queen and graced Glastonbury Festival's famous Pyramid stage. And with his stock so high. Following the release of critically acclaimed albums, it was a privilege for the capacity London crowd to see him back before a 2-night stay later in the month. Porter launched into single Mona Lisa. A classic slow burner that set the tone for the evening, before a 2-way medley of Nat King Cole classics But Beautiful and Nature Boy. The crooner's name may have been in lights above the stage. But it needn't have been, as Porter cuts such an unmistakable figure with his hat and suit attire and mesmerizing voice. He put his linguistic SS to the test with an impeccable up-tempo version of Keys Ass, Keys Ass, Keys Ass before the saxophone-driven Love, another Nat King Cole classic, brought rapturous applause from the aunce. Porter's live shows are entwined with heartwarming anecdotes of his time growing up in California. Each time they were humbling and captivating, introducing his next song perfectly. A prime example of this was Porter reminiscing of life as a 7-year-old in the Golden State. Remembering how it was so hot he'd keep cool listening to Nat King Cole's Christmas albums before his version of Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, which didn't sound out of place in early April. A standing ovation met the incredible smile. A rousing number that culminating with a spine-tingling vocal crescendo. What makes Porter such a special character is his connection with the crowd. Especially when revealing his past. Heartstrings were tugged in his personal tale I Wonder Who My Daddy Is, a story of Porter as a child coming to terms with life without a father. Before singing a song penned by his blind cousin wondering what it'll be like to see in heaven. The adoring crowd were treated to not one, but 2 encores, including Hey Laura, which brought a large number of the seated crowd to its feet. Nat King Cole was known as the master before his death. For Porter, it won't be long until that title is poignantly his.